great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 927 of the Immigration Answers Show. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. I'm here with my good friend, Lady Baez. She is taking care of everyone in the waiting room and wanting to get on to ask me a question. I see some people in the waiting room already, Jennifer, Sharon, and Quinette, and I'm going to go in that order. Let's get started with Jennifer. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you. So I have a quick question. This is related to an I-90 application. I actually am applying for my aunt. So she is renewing her 10-year green card, and when I submitted the application online. When I submitted the application, I used the name that is on her current green card, which is her maiden name. She was married, divorced, name change. So we went through all of that previously. But she received her biometric appointment, and it is showing her previously married name on the notice. And I'm not sure where I went wrong, if I went wrong somewhere with submitting the I-90 and how to correct it.
Why hasn't she applied for citizenship?
Oh, well, I think it's the language barrier. She doesn't know English that well, and so I think it's more so the fear of having to go through the test and not understanding or passing.
So is the name that is her current legal name on the green card, the name on her current green card?
Yes.
Does USCIS know that she changed her name?
Yes, because they issued, so her first green card was issued with her previously married name. And so she went through, I believe she received the conditional green card, then she went through and got the 10-year. And then she went through the legal name change. So she received an updated green card with her new or previous maiden name, new legal name.
And then the new application has reverted everything back to the name she doesn't want.
So the original, so I applied with her maiden name, her current name. And the first notice that was an extension, I believe it was a 24-month extension, had her current legal maiden name. The biometric appointment is the one that has her previous married name.
I mean, you could call USCIS and try to sort it all out. You could also, what I think better thing to do would be to try, are you going to go with her to her biometrics?
No, her daughter would be going with her. It's next Monday, the 20th.
So I would say they should advocate there and clear it up then. That's the best shot at it.
Okay. Do you think she would need to bring all of the documentation from when she changed her name?
I would say yes.
Okay. Okay. So if I were to call USCIS between now and then, I don't know if it would be a quick fix, but
No, it'll be you bang your head on the wall, getting no decision or no resolutions at all. That's why I think you should just let her and her daughter take care of it.
okay. So go to the bio. Okay. And do you know if they will let her daughter in?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if okay. So she can go in with her. Okay. I will let her know and make sure she brings all of that info as
Thanks,
well as
Steve.
her green card. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Sharon, hello.
Hey, hi Tim, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, I was in a traffic offense. I was, I was having 4 charges on me. One is speeding over 26 miles, and reckless driving, no operator's license, and evading police. All the charges dismissed, and I paid a fine of $154. I was arrested for 1 day. I'm a F1 student. I applied for my OPT, and I have received NOID on my OPT application.
Because of these traffic things?
Yes.
Do they have proof? Do they know that you took care of all these things? What did the NOID say?
They are asking me for the case disposition letter and certified police arrest record and a mitigating letter.
Did you get arrested?
I was in jail for 1 day.
So you got arrested.
Yes.
So I think you got to give them what they want.
Yeah, I need help with drafting mitigating letter. How do I?
Yeah, we can help you.
Yeah. So what are the chances of approval for this?
I'd say if you do everything right, the chances of approval are 65%. If you don't do everything right, they're about 30%.
Okay. I have everything ready. Like I have my case disposition letter. I have arrest record. I have my receipt saying I have paid fee on time. Court fee on time,
Yeah.
and I have everything.
Okay.
I just need to connect with you, help drafting the response. So
Okay.
you basically, how does it work? Uh, uh, I send you the documents, you submit on my behalf, or you assist me to
With
draft the
with a cover letter arguing why they should approve your case. Yep.
Yes. So how do I connect with you?
So send an email, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Put in a long description of everything that happened. Attach the document, attach the NOID, and attach the documents that you've gathered. Send those all over to us, and then tell them you want our help with the NOID response.
Okay.
All right.
So where do I discuss about the fee and all?
Yeah, they'll discuss that with you. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Just send that all over, and then we go from there. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you so much.
Quinette, hello.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Great, thank you.
So I got my I-130 approved in March, and they requested for a name. My birth certificate had my 2 native names, and I had sent in my English name with my native name. So they asked for an RFA, which I sent in everything. So I sent it in June. Everything went on time, and I got a letter last week saying they needed me to send another medical. My medical has expired. I just wanted to ask, what does that mean if they request for another medical?
It means they're close to issuing a decision.
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Good luck, Quinette.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go to CKG, then Abraham, then Waleed. Oh, we got to love Waleed. CKG, hello.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for taking my call. Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Awesome. So I've got a question on behalf of a friend. His brother had filed an immigration petition for him back in 2007. He finally went through all the processes and went to the embassy, I guess, or submitted the documents, and then he got a notice saying that his were unable to issue the visa because he had a police issue like 10 years ago where he had there was some domestic incident, and phones were damaged, and so he got charged, and that was showing on his police record overseas. And so they've now sent him this notice in July stating that they were unable to grant the immigrant visa because the box check says prohibits issuing a visa to a person who's been convicted or admitted to elements of a crime involving moral turpitude. And then there's the option down the bottom that says waiver information. You may request a waiver, the I-601. And he's just wanting to know, this is in Jamaica, so he's wanting to know if it makes any sense, what are the chances and how long will a waiver take? And it's quite expensive. And we don't really know if the attorneys are absolutely upfront with him.
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, the chances of getting this waiver approved based on the denial, whatever statute.
Perfect. So, first of all, are his mom or dad green card holders or U.S. citizens?
His mom passed, and I believe his dad had given up his citizenship.
Okay. So he probably doesn't have a qualifying relative to get the waiver. So you have to have a qualifying relative because it's not about hardship to him, it's hardship to a U.S. citizen or green card holder, usually a spouse or a parent.
Oh,
But it-
so it doesn't matter about a sibling, like a brother.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
No waiver. So there's probably not a waiver. But I think the bigger question and the better question is the embassy correct that he admitted to or was convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude? That's the question. I don't know that he was.
And unfortunately, the police record does indicate that, you know, because that's part of the requirement that he was convicted of all these charges.
Well,
But
yeah,
it was way back when.
but the question is, is that thing he was convicted under, is it in fact a crime involving moral turpitude? That's a legal analysis. So in other words, just because the embassy says, hey, this crime you were convicted of is a CIMT, that's what we call them, CIMTs, crime involving moral turpitude. If just because they say it doesn't mean it's true. So he needs someone else. He needs someone, a lawyer, to analyze whether or not he was in fact convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude. That's the real question.
Oh, okay. And would that's not an immigration lawyer, right? That would be
That would be an immigration lawyer. Yep.
oh, okay. And typically, how much do those cases, and the time frame?
Yeah. I would say that someone's going to charge you probably $3,000 to $5,000 to figure out if he's eligible to come.
If he's even eligible to, whether or not it falls under the moral turpitude
Correct.
designation, and
Yep.
then to file the waiver.
There's no waiver. It would
Oh,
be.
he's not applicable. Okay.
Here, let me explain it to you, okay? So he's not going to win a waiver case. He doesn't have a qualifying relative. So the whole thing comes down to, is he someone who's been convicted of or admitted to a crime involving moral turpitude? If he is someone, then he's not coming. If he's not someone who committed a crime involving moral turpitude, then the embassy's wrong and somebody has to convince them, right?
Okay.
So, but before we even spend money on trying to convince them, first we have to figure out, are they right or are they wrong? So like if you were going to hire us, we would charge like $3,000 to figure out if he's been convicted or admitted to a CIMT. And then if you wanted us to then, if we said no, he wasn't, and the embassy's wrong, then we would charge you probably another $3,500 to fight it out with the embassy.
Okay. Now, let me just go back to the qualifying relative. Now, I may be wrong that his dad is still alive, and so if he is, he was a permanent resident. I don't know if for sure that has been revoked. So if he has that, then he would be eligible for the waiver, is what you're saying, correct?
Potentially, but I bet if I ask you two more questions, I can show you that that's not going to work. Where does dad live?
At the moment in the States, but he was primarily back home.
So you would have to show that it would be an extreme hardship to the dad if the son isn't allowed to come to the United States. I just think that's a loser.
Okay. Okay. Because he lives with his dad, stays with his sister in the States right now. So Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'll have him forward the info to you. So
Okay.
Um,
Look, thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Alex, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
Thanks for taking my call and for your informative program.
Sure.
I have two different cases, but yesterday you said that only one case for everyone. So I will follow that and then I will come for the next case in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, because you set the rule, so I am going to follow the rule.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I have a family-based green card for over 9 years. My wife and two of my children are US citizens. I was traveling back and forth to Iran and US, but fortunately, all of my stay outside of the US was less than 6 months. I returned to US last September with no problem, and I will be eligible to apply for more citizenship in next 2 months. Meanwhile, my green card will expire next July. Unfortunately, I had a shoplifting issue, but fortunately it was dismissed by the prosecutor and the charge was dropped. That was a misunderstanding between my behavior and the store manager, my bad, but that was my bad. So, but fortunately the case was dismissed and dropped. My first question is that, should I apply for citizenship now or renew my green card in January and after that apply for my citizenship after Trump era?
When did this shoplifting issue come up?
About 6 months ago, and it was dropped 3 months ago.
So just so you know, I don't know how long you've watched the show, but to me, there's when people say their case got dismissed, it's sort of on a spectrum. A spectrum is on one end, the prosecutor looks at it and says, "Oh, there's no shoplifting here. We're just going to drop the charges completely." On the other end is, "Oh, well, we're going to send Alex to some shoplifting classes, or we're going to make Alex do some community service, or Alex is going to pay a big fat fine or something, or Alex is going to agree to never go to that store again." Which one are you closer to?
My lawyer said that the case was dropped completely with no class and nothing else.
And then what does the police report say?
I don't know. Should I ask that my lawyer?
Yeah, you want to see the police report because the USCIS will definitely ask for it. And so generally, you have to show 5 years of good moral character in order to apply for citizenship. So ordinarily, I would tell you that if you've been arrested in the 5 years, it's going to be pretty hard to become a citizen. But if it was flat out dropped, and the police report is sort of like not too bad, then I might take a chance at it. You might get denied because they discriminate against men from Iran, and they're looking for
that's my main concern. You are right.
Yeah. So I would say take a look at how the police are. The problem is, since it just happened 6 months ago, that sort of resets your clock, and you need another 5 years, right?
Oh, okay. So my understanding from your statement is that I should just renew my green card and wait for a few years, and after that apply for my citizenship. Am I right?
Probably. I mean, if it was flat out dismissed and the police report, like let's say maybe the prosecutor dismissed the case because the cop was like, yeah, the store says he stole something. I'm not so sure, but I'm still going to go ahead and give him a citation for shoplifting. I mean, that's very different than, oh, this guy was running out the store with a shopping cart full of stuff and I grabbed him and tackled him to the ground. You know what I mean?
I see.
To me, I wouldn't necessarily rule it out, but if you're asking me now without having seen the police report, I'd probably say to just wait.
Oh, okay. And my second question regarding my case is that if I apply for my citizenship, is it possible? Can I be deported during my interview for just having a shoplifting case? No. Okay. So I should talk to my lawyer and see the police report. And I talked to one of your colleagues at your office, and I'm going to send all of my information. I might hire one of your lawyers to take care of my issue in the future. But regarding my renewal of my green card, do I need a lawyer to do that in this situation which I am in right now?
Probably not. I mean, I-90s are pretty easy. It's up to you. You might feel more comfortable and feel better about it at night, but I don't know. I mean, so it sounded like you had a lot of travel. Like, is it close that you have enough time in the United States, or you think you definitely have enough time and everything?
No, the timing is right now is good. You know, unfortunately, my mother was old and very sick, and I was going back and forth to take care of her. But unfortunately, she passed away last March, and that's why I didn't go to Iran last summer. So I didn't have any reason to go over there. But timing is good. You know, I have been in the United States more than 50% of my time, and all of my staying outside of the US was less than 6 months. So I have no issue with that except this shoplifting issue.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, thank you. So I will contact your office regarding my citizenship issue.
Sounds good, brother.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Abraham, hello.
Sounds good, brother. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Abraham, hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Can
Go
you
ahead.
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question. My husband and I were thinking of filing for his green card, and I'm a permanent resident right now. So we were asking if it's advisable for him to send his I-130 first and then send my citizenship, or send my citizenship first and then send his I-30 and 485.
Is he in status or out of status?
He is in status.
So probably next month you can file your I-130 and the 485 together, and then you can still go ahead and apply for citizenship. You can do both.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That was like one of our old, remember we used to have those calls where people were always talking to me and then waiting for the audio to come back? That was weird. I got Waleed, then N400, then Ennis. Waleed, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. I have two questions, but before that, I want to give a slight background. My partner and I have been together for more than a year. My partner is a US citizen, and I live in Pakistan. So we have decided that we want to live together. But there are two routes that we can choose to be able to live together. One is that I used to have a green card. I still do. I last went to the United States in 2009, and after that I didn't go. And I have two re-entry permits. So it's been 16 years since I've not been to the US. So I was thinking that would it be appropriate to file the SB1 returning resident application, or is it worth it? Or
Waste of time. Waste of time.
Okay.
You haven't been here for 16 years. SB1 is rarely granted, and it's usually granted for people who somehow lose their green card or do something extraordinary. If it's just you didn't come for 16 years, I think the chances of that are very, very small. Plus, you're from Pakistan, so they're going to not want to give that to you at all.
Yeah. Also, considering that I was a minor at that time, or that doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So the second question is that I have a B1, B2 visit visa, and in case the returning resident application, of course, it won't work. So we want to get married by the start of 2026, and then file the I-130. But the only thing that I'm scared about is that in Pakistan, same-sex marriages are not recognized; they're rather criminalized. So, like, I know the process; it's pretty straightforward, but that way I'm only scared about my safety here. And if the visa is stamped, I don't know if that would create problems for me while exiting. So do you think there's a safer way that I can that I'll be able to live with my partner?
You're saying that you're worried that if you get if you get married and go through the marriage route and then through the consulate, you're worried that at the end of the day, after the consulate gives you your visa, that somehow that's going to make it hard for you to leave Pakistan to come to the United States?
Yeah. Yes. Why I'm afraid? Because I'm not aware that the U.S. Embassy in Pakistan shares this information with the Pakistani government. If they do, I mean, I'll get arrested. And
yeah, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to, but So why don't you do this? Why don't you come for a visit and see your fiance and then start working on the stuff here? Because if you come to the United States with immigrant intent, if you come and say, I'm going to come on that visit visa and then I'm going to get married and then I'm going to apply for a green card, you can get in trouble for having immigrant intent.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question. When you got your visit visa to the United States, did you disclose to them that at some point in your past you had a green card?
Yes, I did.
You sure?
Yeah, I made it explicitly sure, even though they didn't ask for it, because it was a family visa. My aunt lives in California, and I made it very clear that we were former immigrants.
Okay, good. So yeah, I would say don't worry about this too much. Just come for a visit, and then let's talk later after that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you look, I just did a video on this about 2025. I did it about a month or two ago. It's about, can you come to the United States on a visit and get married in 2025? Watch that video.
Yeah, I'll just note it down and I'll definitely watch it.
Thanks, Waleed.
Thank you so much.
Bye, buddy. Yep.
Bye.
N400 interview. Hello.
Hey, so my question is around the new policy memo that they put out around good moral character for the N400, and are they implementing that right now? Because it seems they put out the policy memo and then they've not put anything. There's nothing in the Federal Register for that.
Because they don't want to work that hard because they're stupid and lazy. That's why.
So do you think they're going to implement it, or are they implementing it now? Will it affect any upcoming?
I think it's illegal. I don't think it's enforceable as it stands now. When you have a statute and you have regulations that both define good moral character, you can't then just say, we're going to put out a policy memo and make good moral character much, much harder. I think it's completely illegal. If I'm going through the green card process or the citizenship process, would I play the game? Yeah, because it's going to make my life easier than litigating whether or not it's legal. You don't want to waste your time for 3 years fighting in court over whether or not that's legal or not. But I'm looking for a denial for me to be able to challenge that, because I think it's total bullshit. So I don't know if they're going to actually do the hard work of formal rulemaking. They haven't shown much inclination to do that so far. And even when they did it in the first administration, they fucked it all up. So I think the chances of them actually like governing and doing their job the right way is very, very small. So all that being said, I would still probably bring a couple letters with me to my naturalization interview saying that I'm a good person, especially if I had some negative factors like traffic stuff or things like that.
Got it. And for those types of things, does that need to be from a U.S. citizen, or can it be from anyone?
I say green card holder or citizen.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's just confusing because they haven't. It's hard to even know. They have some examples of what's good and what's not good, but it's there's no framework or nothing clear, like what evidence they want and so on. But
yep, that's on purpose. That's on purpose, so they can selectively say, yeah, we think you have good moral character. Oh, you no, not you, no.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. All right. JKO21609 says, thank you for your help. Friend was approved for citizenship based on your advice. Well, that makes me happy. What happened if you make an error on the letter of intent to marry? Well, it depends how big the error is. By the way, someone said earlier on TikTok, they asked me, Jim, I want to apply for a green card, but my husband's name is not on the marriage certificate. What is that all about? That would be very hard to get approved. Let's go to Ennis. Hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Well, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. So I was asylum seeker, having a pending asylum status in the United States and I stayed almost for 2 years. But unfortunately, May 2025, my brother passed, and both my parents have having diseases like cardiovascular diseases. So because of that, I left without advance parole. And only way for me to return is humanitarian parole. And I applied it, but it's denied, unfortunately. So my question is, before that, I have one last chance, is applying for motion to reconsider or reopen. And my question is, and additionally, I experienced an assault after I came here in Turkey because of my LGBTQ identity. There is police report and witness report, but unfortunately no camera footprint. I added this as an unsolicited evidence. Do you think, is there any possibility that they did not see that?
I think they're not going to let you back in the country.
You don't think so?
No.
How about there is another question. So I'm having HRT, means hormone therapy in Turkey. But there is not a safest form of estrogen hormones in here. But in the United States they have, and their oral estradiol in here harming my livers. So if I add that, can I have a chance?
What country did you seek asylum from?
Turkey.
So, and that's where you went back to, because that's where your parents were.
Right.
I'm very sorry about your brother, and I'm sorry about your parents. I'm also sorry that your hormone therapy isn't working as well as you would like. If I were a visa officer and you told me everything you just told me, I would give you a visa. But the thing is, I don't know even if under Biden you would have gotten a visa, but you're sure as hell not going to get a visa like that under Trump. There's just no way. It's just never going to happen.
All right. So I will try. I mean, I won't lose anything.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look, Ennis, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. It's okay.
Seems like a nice person, didn't he? Hey, have you guys watched a show called Task? Amani, I've watched 2 good shows in a row: Black Rabbit on Netflix and Task on HBO. There's 1 episode left of Task. We watched the second to last episode last night, and it was really, really good. Good show. Federico, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for what you do. I called a couple weeks ago. I have a few follow-up questions.
Okay.
So I'm Italian from Venice and came to the US in 2008 with a diplomatic A2 visa through consular proceedings. Once the diplomatic visa expired, I was working in Brussels, so I got a K1 visa. My husband and I, we were together for 10 years, but once married and I came back to the US, I found out that he had a criminal history. It was very psychologically abusive. So I filed for divorce in 2024, 4 years after the marriage. We're still married. He has lawsuits and avoids getting served. Can my brother or a friend leave the papers to a family member who lives in the house? And they will give the documents to my ex? So is that valid without a judge permission to do so?
You're talking about serving the divorce papers on him?
Yeah.
Okay. So
He
first of all,
avoids.
go ahead.
Yeah, he hides.
Yeah, he hides. Okay. So I'm sorry that that's happening. It sounds very hard, and I'm sure you're sad, and I'm sorry for you. This would be a matter of state law, not immigration law. So it depends on the state. But I would think that if a lawyer is representing, do you have a lawyer in your divorce?
Yeah. Yes.
So the
And
lawyer
there
should
are-
know how
there
to
are-
the lawyer should know how to publish, how to serve the person by publication. If somebody's actively avoiding service, then you just find the legal newspaper in the county in which that person lives, and you publish a notice that says, "Yo, Federico has filed for divorce from John. John, you have 90 days to reply. Here's the court case number. And then if John doesn't reply after the 90 days or whatever it is, then the judge can issue what's called a default divorce.
And that could be also done through an alternate service like email or right? Yeah.
I don't know. It all depends. Like
Yeah,
I
in
said,
New York
number one, I don't do family law. Number two, I don't do family law in your state. So it's really going to be whatever your lawyer says. But there are alternatives, especially if he's actively hiding and you can show that, then you should be able to get around him and his tricks.
And my immigration attorney is working on the case. It said that if I don't have a final divorce decree when I receive the request for evidence, I will send a summons and proof that I initiated the divorce, of course, as late as possible before the expiration to buy time.
What do you wait real quick? And Federico, sorry. So you have a jointly filed 751 pending, or you have no 751 on file yet?
No, it's a solo. I already filed a solo with a divorce waiver.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
How
long ago did you file for the divorce?
Last year, actually. They're taking some time.
It should not take that long to maximize your efforts at personal service and then switch to publication. Your lawyer's not working hard enough. Your divorce lawyer.
Yeah, I thought so, but if I change it, I'm afraid I'm gonna start all over again. Now they're contacting all the agencies to see if he's in the military or all that stuff to prove the judge that the marriage was valid and he's hiding whatever.
Yeah, just on his head and tell him when. So, how long ago did you file your 751?
Actually, it was November of last year. So almost 1 year ago.
You still have about a year, but you need to hurry up.
Yeah, I think so. And she said that if I receive the request for evidence, I will send the summons and proof that I initiated the divorce, and then I will get an interview. Can I submit the divorce decree at the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how long before I get an interview after responding to a request for evidence in terms of I-70?
I don't think they're even going to look at your case for another year. So I think you got plenty.
That's what I thought. So I think I have time to find, because my divorce lawyer said you will be finalized by middle of next year. So I might have time.
That's ridiculous, dude. A divorce where the other party is hiding should not take almost 2 years to get finished. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I should have chosen another lawyer then. Yeah.
And you could go talk to another one just to bounce it off them.
Yeah, to see what they say.
Yeah.
So I said, my matrimonial attorney said that, it will finalize middle of next year. Let's say I have an interview without the decree. Immigration lawyers who will come with me at the interview said there are options. What are these options? Can I reschedule the interview to buy time? Can I ask to reopen the case once I get the divorce decree, or give it to the judge at immigration court and file I-751?
I really, really don't think you're going to immigration court.
Oh, really?
I think, you're going way too far down the line and worrying about things that you probably don't need to worry about. What you need to worry about is standing on your lawyer's head and say, get this asshole served by publication and let's go.
Okay, and how cannot deny me if I don't have the decree at the interview? Because I thought it was a requirement, but if you show that I initiated the divorce and the summons are there, so he might approve it regardless.
I would say that if they send you a request for evidence for the divorce decree and you send them the summonses, I would say there's a chance that they could flat out deny you and not schedule you for an interview. I'm reluctant to tell you that because I think now you're going to latch onto that and worry about that, but I don't think you need to, because I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, because I was never out of status. Yeah. Okay, and so but if they do make problems, do I have options at the immigration court?
Yeah. You can file a new 751 after this one's denied. You can file a new one and then tell the judge everything that happened. Yeah, you're not on a fast train home to Italy.
Perfect. So yes, I will wait for the divorce. I'm pressuring my lawyer to hurry up because of the immigration, but thankfully, hopefully, it will be another year before
Yeah,
I get the interview.
I'm not worried about it, Federico.
Okay, thank you so much. It's very reassuring.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
UFAM is here and says, "What's up, Goody Jim?" And the chat, hello. And I saw Donna's here driving around in Jamaica, don't you know? Big ups to all the yardies. Neptune, hello. Hello, Neptune, you're on mute.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I had one simple question. I called your office already, and I'm only waiting on one thing to file. I was waiting on my affidavit of support because my wife couldn't get out. And my sister-in-law decided to do it for me.
Okay.
But now I'm having a transcript because right now we want to file, but because my wife want to go back to 3 years. Last year we filed back together since we got married last year, but we still haven't received it yet. So I was wondering, do I have to wait for it? Because I called the IRS just to tell us to give them more time because she had a pin on her account when she was young. Someone has used her account. So since we file with a pin, we have to file like paper-wise, not online. So it takes longer than normal.
I'm sorry, I don't
So
understand. I can't understand.
like without, because I know I need 3 years of tax transcript for her.
Yes, you need 3 years of tax.
But we don't have last year's transcript.
But what?
Yes.
He's breaking up. Casey, hello.
Hey, Jim, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good. I'm on asylum on US, and it has been 3 years. I'm waiting for an interview. My question really is, if I go for mandamus right now, what are my chances of getting an interview?
Where do you live?
Virginia.
Arlington moves very fast when we do them. Yeah, I would say you'll probably get an interview in about 2.5 months.
And is 3 years waiting for an asylum an appropriate time to file for mandamus?
I would say yes.
I have lawyers telling me that I have 0% chance of getting an interview.
Well, they can kiss my ass because we just got one approved. We just had a mandamus that we've won and over a government motion to dismiss after a year. Can I guarantee you at Casey? No. Do I think the chances of them filing a writ of mandamus, a motion to dismiss in response to a writ of mandamus, what do I think are the chances of that in Arlington? I think the chances of that are less than 5%. Those are probably people who have not filed nearly as many mandamus lawsuits as I have. Not to sound braggy or anything. I just think they probably don't know what they're talking about. So I would say there's a 90% chance if we sue them on your 3-year delayed asylum case, they just schedule you for interview and off you go.
A question additional is what they really were making comment based on was the new administration saying that new administration has altered the numbers and chances have dropped. Where last year it was 3 year was a 60% chance. This year it's new administration has left 0% chances. What do you say?
They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly. How does my situation of family separation affect my chances of getting an interview?
What does that mean?
If I have family separation where my family is, my wife and kid is still back in home country, and I am trying to get an interview, does that help with mandamus getting an interview quicker or no?
I'm going to tell you the dirty little secret about mandamus lawsuits, all right?
Okay.
Literally, we have filed almost 2,100, over 2,000 of these. I honestly don't believe anymore that anybody reads my lawsuits. Maybe a new law clerk working for a judge reads them every now and then. But pretty much everybody knows that it's a way to cut through the BS and to get you an interview. So do I think that the fact that your family is back home, if we throw that in there as part of the complaint, do I think that makes it more likely that more or less likely that the government files a motion to dismiss, or more or less likely that the judge listens to the government? Maybe 1% chance better. I don't think it means much of anything because, like I said, I don't think anybody reads it. They just say, "Oh, Casey's case, his last 3 digits of his alien number are 967. Who's got 967? Oh, that's Thompson. Thompson, What in the hell's going on with Casey's I-589? Hold on, let me look. And then Thompson goes looking around. Oh yeah, that one. I need to schedule that guy. Let me get on that. Okay, good. Then we can tell hacking, and then the lawsuit goes away. I actually think that's what happens.
Amazing. I think that's a better insight. What do you think they're going to do an out-of-court settlement for my timeline of 3 years, or would it go to the case? Would it go to the court?
Well, okay. Again, with 2,000 cases filed, my client, I've only had one client ever talk to a judge. I've only talked to a judge maybe 40 or 50 times. Out-of-court settlement. So I have filed all these lawsuits. I've never won a lawsuit. Never once won a lawsuit. Because we always cut a deal, right? Or they file a motion to dismiss in the case the person just has to keep waiting. So I've never technically won. Everything is settled.
Okay. Going for the worst case scenario, in an event they deny the motion, saying that the case is on a normal timeline on all others, what would you say I would be in that? My next step would be in that situation.
Keep on
in
waiting.
the
Keep on waiting. No, that in that scenario, you would just keep on waiting.
Real life doesn't allow that. Any other step I can take at that moment to expedite it?
No. Lawsuits work the best. Nothing else after that is going to work. I mean, really what we're trying to do when we file a lawsuit, any kind of mandamus, it's, hey, why are we waiting on this case? Oh, there's no real reason. Let's just get it over with and make the lawsuit go away. Okay. Right. And medium rare is 100% right. This is what I was going to say. Thank you, medium rare. The worst scenario is that we file the lawsuit, you get your interview, and then they deny your case. That's the worst scenario. Then you're in removal court. That's the real thing. If I were you, I'd spend a lot more time worrying about, is my asylum case strong enough to win? Because hacking's most likely going to get me my interview.
Got it. Okay. That's a pretty clear answer. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
You got it, brother.
Have a good one.
All right. Let's go to Slim Shady. Hello, Slim.
Hey, how you doing? You can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, Slim Shady. That's what it is. Oh shit.
I love it.
Yeah. Hey. My mom. She's here with me. All right. We live here in Virginia. She's been here almost 4 years ish. She's almost 5. So, quick background on my mom. She came from behind the mountains. So she doesn't know English. She doesn't know Arabic. She doesn't know none of that. She knows numbers only. She had problems learning things. We tried many times.
Okay.
So she is going to be eligible to file citizenship, I think, next year. And I don't know what rules I have to check with her.
How old is she?
Shit. My mom, she's 66.
And how long has she had her green card?
Oh, she had it since 21. Since the beginning of 20, like January 2020.
Okay. So there are rules that allow long time green card holders. I'm talking 15, 20 years, not 4. There are rules that allow them to take an easier test or a test in their own language, right? So those rules are off the table for mom if she's only had her green card for 4 years. So if mom wants to become a citizen, either one of two things has to happen. One, she has to apply for under the new rule with the new test and pass the test, or you have to fill out a form. You have to get a doctor to fill out a form called an N648, which is the medical waiver for naturalization. The doctor would have to treat her. I would say, if you want to win, the doctor would have to treat her for a year or 18 months on a regular basis for mental health issues, to then say there's a medical condition, something wrong with mom's brain
that she can't learn.
Otherwise, she's not going to get it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We never, we tried ourselves to make her learn stuff, but
but they don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care what you say. They don't care what efforts you've made. They don't care how many grades she flunked. I mean, that's all good evidence that a doctor could include in their report. But it all comes down to the N648 and whether the doctor knows how to write them and has done them before and knows what they're talking about, right? So if it's just a drive-by, hey, I'm gonna drop. We want to apply for mom's citizenship. I'm gonna drop her off at your office, and an hour later, can you give me a report saying she can't learn English? That's not gonna fly.
Okay. Because I saw something in the news about that, like in the USCIS news, that they have something specifically. They have like a fucking, how we call it, like a whole other article about it. Like,
yeah, but dude, I'm telling you,
yeah.
we haven't filed one of these in a long time because they're much harder than they used to be to get approved, and it all comes down to the doctor. So nobody cares what she says, nobody cares what you say, nobody cares what Jim says. They only care what the doctor is willing to swear to on an N648.
So it's either a year or 18 months, right?
What do you mean?
Like
yeah, I'd say at least. I mean, that's just subjective, Jim. I'd say at least a year of treatment. Yeah.
Okay. And that can happen like with the specific doctor for like mental.
Yeah, and it would be the doctor that you want to. Like, I wouldn't even tell the doctor necessarily that you're going to ask them for this report a year from now, but like if you're saying mom's having memory problems or mom's doesn't know things, we're trying to get some kind of diagnosis. You could say, eventually she wants to apply for citizenship, but we want you to treat her, see if you can help her, see if there's anything we can do to help her learn English. And then if not, tell us why medically that's the case.
Yeah, 10-4. That's perfect. Yeah, I think that's the only route I'm going to take with her, I guess.
Thank you, Slim. Good luck to mom.
Appreciate it, man. Take care. Bye.
Peace. Yep. Bruno is here. Hello.
Uncle Jim, how are you doing?
I'm well, Bruno. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. So I just became a U.S. citizen like a month ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I actually did it on like the 4-year 1-day rule that I asked you like a few months ago. So I gave it a try and they barely approved me, but I did it.
How did it go? Because I haven't had one of those in a while. I haven't even been on an interview with one of those for a while. What did they talk about at the like? Did they nail down when you came back and then do the math, or what did they do?
Well, they actually saw my 5 years, prior to my dating, the day that I filed, but they also look into a little bit behind, like before that, So, but at the end, they just counted about the 5 years, and it went great. It was a very nice officer, but he told me that I barely made it. So I mean, counting days because I traveled a lot in the last few years.
Yeah.
But I did my math and it was all covered. So thank you for that.
I'm happy, Bruno. That's great.
Thank you so much, Jim. So I'm actually planning on going back home to live there. I will continue working remote from the US. That's not going to change, hopefully. But I'm wondering, and also since the time I became a US resident and US citizen, I would say that I've been living in the States for like 3 years, more or less, like counting days. So I'm just wondering about in 2 or 3 years time when I have my kids and stuff, which that's a plan. Is there any limitations or any difficulties for them to become U.S. citizens as well? Or is there like any kind of rule that I need to live X amount of time in the U.S. or being a U.S. citizen before that for that to happen?
Who are you talking about? Your kids?
Yeah, I mean, I plan to have kids in 2 years' time, but is there any like difficulties for them to become U.S. citizen based on what I told you about my history?
So if you go overseas and get married and have kids, are they going to
Yes.
be U.S. citizens?
Yes.
Yeah, they should be U.S. citizens. How much time have you, since you turned 14, how much time have you lived in the United States?
Like 3 years.
Yeah, that might not be enough. Send me an email, Bruno, and I'll check my little chart over there, and I'll let you know for sure what you need.
Okay. All right. What's the email? I'm sorry.
Yeah, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. I would do so. I appreciate your
Good
time.
job, Bruno. See you, buddy. All right, B. Hello, B.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for giving me your time. I've been living in the United States around 11 years, and I'm an asylum seeker. However, I did my asylum probably like after my first 5 years because I was an international student first, and I didn't know anything about asylum. I didn't know English well by that time, so I learned it pretty late about it. So I just applied for it, and after 3-4 years, I got my interview in a month in November. So my question is there with the current situations and your experience with your clients, how can you say about the current asylum interviews going? If it's denied, what's the case after it? And if it's accepted, I read or read it that the cases results just coming very fast, like in 2 weeks or in 3 months period. So how is that from your perspective? What do you see? I just would like to learn about it if it's possible.
So how long has your asylum case been on file?
I think since 3 to 4 years. I don't know exactly. It's 2022 probably. Yeah.
Have things in your home country gotten better or worse?
It got worse. Yeah.
How will you prove that to the asylum officer? Because that's going to be the first jump. The first jump they're going to jump to is, hey, you filed this asylum case 4 years ago. We believe things have changed back in your home country. What is the country?
Turkey.
We believe things have changed in Turkey. We love Erdogan. He and Trump are friends.
Yeah, I have a good proof to show, especially the Nationalist Party in Turkey is like involving a lot of Turkey is like becoming a big of cocaine transportation, and they are kind of running it in media that I can show stuff that they're gaining a lot of power and using.
Yeah. But that's fine. But here's the thing. Okay, first of all, are you bringing an attorney to your asylum interview?
Yes, and actually I'm based in St. Louis. I actually contacted your office a long time ago when I was planning, but
yeah. I don't care if it's us. I just think the thing is, people don't understand about asylum. They think, well, I can just show the officer all these bad things that are happening in my home country. What the officer is going to focus on are two things. One is, why is it not safe for you in 2025? And why isn't it safe for you? What does the fact that drugs are running through Turkey now have anything to do with you? Were you a drug officer? Were you an opponent to drug cartels in Turkey? Like, just because things are bad in Turkey doesn't mean you get asylum.
I see. Yeah. No, I mean, I believe I have good proof that I have document stuff, and I believe that I can prove that current situation in the country that will have it affect me. But I get your point. I get your point. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your original question?
So I was wondering,
So I think officers are being trained right now. I think the Trump policies have started to seep in. And based on what I saw in immigration court the last couple of times I've been there, the judges are extremely keen on the 1 year rule. They like it because it's a black letter rule that they can just think of it this way. Let's say that their job is to process cases as fast as possible, and Jim would argue to deport as many people as possible. Well, filing beyond 365 days of your last arrival is an easy, clean way for them to just deny it. So I think that's probably seeping over into the asylum office. So I think you'll still get your shot. You'll still get to make your argument. Were you still in valid student status when you applied for asylum?
Sorry?
Were you still in valid student status when you applied for asylum? Okay.
Yeah, I did. I never changed my status to illegal or any way.
Well, as we sit here right now, you're still in F1 status?
No, I'm not. I graduated.
So now you're writing the asylum case.
Yeah, in like last 4 or 5. I mean, yeah, since 2022 or something like that, probably 3-5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah. So I would say that I think that the way things are trending, the officer will be inclined to deny you on the 1 year rule if they can.
I see.
So you're gonna have to either show that things changed back home or changed for you, that there's some special reason why you hadn't applied before, instead you applied when you did.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my only reason, mainly reason I would say that I really didn't know I have a right like that, and since I was here as a student, I
don't think they find that very compelling.
Sorry?
I don't think they find that very compelling.
Yeah, I
Ignorance,
understand. Yeah,
ignorance, I think under Biden you would have.
yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Ignorance of the law is not a defense.
gotcha. Yeah, I believe that, as I said, I believe I have good documentation to prove that my situation. But as you said, yeah, there's a rule that is, mandatory. So if
It's not
doesn't,
100% mandatory, but you got to hope you get a good officer who wants to approve you.
yeah, got you.
Thanks for the call.
No problem. Thanks for listening. Yeah, appreciate it.
Good luck. Eldar is here. Hello.
Good afternoon, Jim. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
Eldar.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Jim, I have a question related with pending asylum and misdemeanor case. So I applied, I think it was 2 years ago, right? Yeah, I'm still waiting for my interview. And last year, like it was a misunderstanding, but they arrested me for trespassing. And I spent like night in a jail. So do you think that's gonna play like crucial role in my interview and they're gonna deny it no
What are you
matter what I
applying
have
for?
on papers?
What are you applying for?
Asylum. I'm asylum seeker.
What happened to the trespassing case?
So they said like, let's make a deal. You'll do like probation, and then I did that probation. I was doing like community work, and they dismissed and sealed, but it's not expunged yet. So, and it's in Florida, Tampa.
I would say if you have a really, really strong asylum case, they'll probably look past it. If you have a weaker asylum case, they'll probably use it to hit you over the head with.
So I'm in trouble, right?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. One more question.
Sure.
So is it somehow possible to get like other options? I mean, like I got my degree, and if I study here and get like master's degree, I heard about EB visas. Is it somehow possible to get that, or it's gonna be same with my case what I had? That
Well,
misdemeanor?
asylum is the best way to get a crime like that forgiven. That only gets harder with other case types. But walk me through your timeline. When did you come to the United States?
2023.
What kind of a visa did you have in 2023?
J1, sir. J1.
So that was like work and travel, or were you working?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So no Rule 212E requirement?
No.
Okay. And so how long was your J1 for?
6 months. They gave me for 6 months, but like technically it was just like a seasonal job for like, summertime.
Mhm.
And but on my visa it was like 6 months and like 1 month for grace period. But I applied for the last days, so I applied on the last 2 days, so kinda I was not on like a days where it was like illegal.
So you applied for asylum after your authorized stay and you were in the grace period or before?
After grace period, but it was still in that timeline in 6 months. It was
I
like
think-
last week.
I would say that technically, perhaps, maybe, kind of, sort of, you could adjust your status through some other way, but most likely it's asylum or a good faith marriage to a U.S. citizen.
Oh, you think marriage is gonna help? Like it's if I still have this misdemeanor, it's gonna be like trouble too, right? Or
Oh no, trespassing. It's a municipal charge, trespassing?
so they said like it's a criminal misdemeanor in Florida, but in other states like it's just like just misdemeanor, and they're not gonna even arrest in New York, right?
I'd be very surprised if trespassing would be a CIMT that would keep you from getting your green card. I don't think that would do it. I think you'd be okay.
And it was like not like a regular place. It was conservation, like for indigenous people, like land, and they have their own rules, and I think police too. Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, Eldar. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Let's go to Chelsea, then Bless, then Sam. Chelsea, hello.
Okay, I just have a question. My husband, he became a naturalized citizen, and then under that, his kids are supposed to automatically be citizens. but one is 17, and we tried to go get her passport, but they said that she can't because she has no proof that she's citizen. Because once you're 16, you apply for the passport by yourself and not under a parent. So
Let's back
they
up. Let's back up. So on the day that the dad naturalized, where was the kid?
here in
And
the U.S.
what was their status?
They're a green card holder.
And they were living in the custody of your husband?
Yeah.
And they entered as green card holders.
Yes.
Did you filed for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're citizens. You just haven't done the paperwork the right way. So I would suggest filing N-600s for both of them and then going to get their passports.
Okay, because they let the 13-year-old get a passport under him, but the 17-year-old, they said, because once you're 16, you had to do it yourself. You can't do it under him.
That might be true. I don't know anything about those passports. I don't deal with passport type stuff like that, U.S. passports. All I know is that both kids, the 17-year-old and the 13-year-old, both need N-600s. And you could probably repackage the passport application for the 17-year-old and get it approved. I think you probably just didn't carry your burden of establishing that that kid's a U.S. citizen by operation of law, which is what your burden is to do. But I think it's just going to be cleaner and easier to file N-600s for both of them and then do the passport.
Okay, and if we file the N-600, how long does that take, though?
I think 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Huh?
That's a long time to get a passport, you know?
Well, yes, that's true. But when did the dad become a citizen?
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah. So you lost 2 months there. I understand, but this kid is 17 years old. Hopefully they're going to live in the United States for another 70 years. To me, it's worth the investment, especially with Donald Trump running around looking for people to deport, to nail down once and for all that this kid is a U.S. citizen forever.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bless, hello.
Hi, Uncle Jim.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
So, in this case, this is a case of a marriage-based green card via adjustment of status.
Okay.
And the I-130 was filed and it hasn't been approved yet. Sorry.
Okay.
And the I-485 is yet to be filed.
Because
Because the husband is currently, he had an accident, so there is a bit of financial hardship there, and he was the sole breadwinner. And the mother recently had a baby, and so she's also not working at the moment. So, in this case, do you think applying for any government benefits of relief for the family might affect the immigration case?
let's talk about the status of the husband. What's his status?
The husband is a citizen.
Oh, so it's the husband's a citizen. The husband had the
Yes.
accident.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So the mom is the foreign national. Okay, what's the
Yes.
mom's immigration status?
The mom is out of status.
Does the mom ever go to the grocery store?
Yes.
What happens if ICE stops behind her car when she's parking at the grocery store and asks to see her papers?
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
How much is that going to cost? Thousands
Yeah,
and thousands of dollars more than the $1,440 filing fee.
that's true.
Mom and dad need to borrow the money from somewhere and get that green card case on file. Because they've already told USCIS where mom is. They have
Okay.
mom's address on the I-130, right?
Yes.
And they're probably thinking that the I-130 is going to be an overseas case. So by not filing the 45, they're making their lives a whole lot more complicated, even without worrying about Trump.
Okay.
So somebody needs to figure out a way to get some money to pay for that filing fee.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. And also, how does regarding the medical report, I want to know in what instances would a medical report, would affect the case. I
Oh,
just want.
look. So do go online and type in what is it, I-693, and look at all the questions that are on there. You'll see all the different ways that it can mess up your green card. You might have tuberculosis. You might have a sexually transmitted disease. You might have, any of the things. There's that whole form is designed to find drugs. You might find lots of different reasons why someone is inadmissible. That's what that whole form is designed to find out.
Okay.
And I didn't answer your other question, which was, Jim, if dad, after having had an accident and mom not working, apply for government benefits, is that going to hurt our case? I would say yes, because there's something that Trump was really big on last time, which was public charge. And that is that if you start getting government benefits while going through the green card process, I think that's a bad look, and it's going to make it hard to get approved.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thanks
Thanks,
very
Les.
much.
See ya. Carolyn says, hi, everyone. Carolyn, did I see that you're like in Copenhagen or something? How's that? Did you drive your truck all the way to Copenhagen? How did that work? I don't know what's going on. Sam, hello.
Hi, James. Salam, how are you?
Walaikum salam, Sam. I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for having me. So I just become a citizen, and then my whole plan is to bring the whole family. So I have my mom and my dad, and then I have siblings who's under 21 and then over 21. So what is the best and the fastest way? My plan was to bring my mom and dad, and then my mom and dad, they're gonna apply the rest of the family. And the first question was I worried about when I do the one I-30 for my mom and dad, is the kids who are under 21 can be with the mom and the dad or no?
No, you had it right the first time. So the way that it works, the way that we've done this in the past, and it's a big pain in the ass and it takes a long time, but basically you're going to file I-130. You could file for your over 21-year-old siblings, but that case is going to take like 20 years. So what's probably going to happen is you're going to apply for mom and dad. Mom and dad are going to go through the process. It'll take about 2 years for them to get green cards. They will come to the United States maybe one at a time and get their green cards. And then they could apply for a reentry permit so that they can go back and stay with the little kids. While after having applied for the little kids, they can also apply for the over 21-year-old kids unless they're married. If they're married, they're out. So your parents can apply for single children over the age of 21, but that's like a 9-year wait, right?
Okay. So the most important thing that I was confused about, that when you apply for the mom and the dad, you cannot just include the kids who are underneath 21 with them to be coming together. That's
Correct.
impossible. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, that's cool. So, sorry, Jim, how much do you guys charge for this kind of thing for the mom and the dad?
So it'd be $5,500 for dad, and then we'd give a discount for mom, probably $3,500 for her.
5,500. Okay, thank you so much. I might contact you guys later because thank you so much. Have a good one.
Sure. All right, Stramando, hello.
Hey, how's it going, Jim?
It's going well. I like your graphic.
I'm a streamer.
Nice.
So my case is I am a U visa client. I applied for a U visa March 2020, and I believe like December 2023 I received my work permit and social security number. And then on 2024, we were able to apply for my wife, but my wife work permit and social security number hasn't been it hasn't been issued so far, and I have same like people on the same process that I got because the U visa file that I applied, I was with a friend of mine and his wife and him apply for a social security and work permit as well, and both got the U visa, the social and work permit.
When?
But my wife hasn't.
When?
They apply last June, and I believe they got it December. My wife applied on March last year, and it still hasn't got it.
Okay, so March of 24.
24, yeah.
Yeah, she
May,
should sue-
March. I can't remember if it was May
Yeah.
or March. I believe it was May.
She should sue them.
Yes. Okay. We already. I have the worst lawyers ever. We already.
I don't know. We could have a contest here on the show, but okay.
No, I have the worst lawyers. I remember that show, Arrestment Development, when they say I have the worst lawyers ever. So I think they have the same lawyers. So I already called them. They already made an inquiry to UCIS. UCIS say, hey, give us 30 days or 60 days or whatever, and then UCIS reply back, say, yeah, it's delayed, and thank you for calling. That was it.
Yeah, that's why you got to sue them.
Oh shoot. Okay. So yeah. So that's it. So only sue them, right?
Yeah, send us an email. We do EAD lawsuits all the time. We can get it for probably in about a month or two.
Okay. Next question. I heard that once you have the Social Security and the work permit, you kind of in a legal position. Can I apply to a different green card route or not at all?
Most likely not. Were you in status at the time that you applied for the U visa?
No.
Then the answer is no.
The answer is no. Okay. And since I apply on March 2020, how long can I expect to get a U visa approved?
Well, there's a backlog and there's a cap. So I would say soon, based on what we've been seeing, I'd say soon. But the underlying U visa petition itself hasn't been approved, right?
I don't know. I got the bona fide determination letter.
I think you're probably getting close. It's just very, very slow.
Okay. And can I be deportable, or anyone can be deportable?
Everybody's deportable except me. Yeah, everybody's deportable except U.S. citizen.
Okay.
Sorry for being a smart ass.
No, that's okay. I understand that. And what happens if I get stopped by ICE? What should I do? Just show them the bona fide determination letter, and that's it?
Yep.
Okay. And hope for the best. Okay.
Thanks, Armando.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yep. My man said he has the worst lawyers of all time. That'd be something. We could do a show just on bad lawyers and bad fake lawyers. Echo says, your hair looks great. How do you do it? Oh my God. You don't even want to know. Do you deal with family court? No, I don't deal with family court. Thank God. Thank God. Danish. Hello. Danish, are you there? Medium says, we've had some pretty bad lawyers on this show. I think that's true. I think that is true. Dinesh must have fallen asleep. We'll put him back.
Hi, sir.
Hi, go ahead.
Sir, I have few questions. First question is that I am student and I have advanced degree and I approved my I-140. And my for EB2 I approved already, and my date is current for the I-485, right? So one thing I am filing myself currently. Two main questions I have, and I need guidance about that.
Sure.
One is that I came here and I changed my address, but I didn't update. So they ask for 5-year address, right? So should I write where I live, but I not updated? No, I updated because I didn't know before. So my school, yeah. First question.
As we sit here right now, do they have your right address?
Sorry.
As we sit here right now, do they know your correct address?
Yes.
So play it straight and just put the addresses where you actually lived. It's fine.
Okay. Second question, sir. Me and my family is very depressed about that issue. I am studying in Pennsylvania in UPenn, right? So what happened that last, I think 7-8 months before, I was going and my family just came. So I just went to the I was in a hurry and went to the train, and they gave me a ticket. So I am thinking how this will affect on my green card I-485.
Ticket for
Yes.
wearing a hoodie?
Yes.
A ticket for wearing a hoodie? I wear a hoodie every day. What do you mean, a ticket for giving a hoodie? What is this ticket for?
They gave me ticket for not paying $2.5 fare, and they wrote on the theft of services on the ticket. But until now, nothing yet came. I went to many time court. They said police not sent us anything. They just stopped me and they gave me the ticket by checking my school ID and name and date of birth.
Okay, well, I would take care of that ticket. I don't think it's going to make it. I don't think it's going to make it hard for you to get your green card. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, so they actually wrote these theft of services, and we are even not sleeping from 7-8 months. I am going every day to plead not guilty and then talk to court, but then this is not coming. Even in the court, they said we cannot do anything until they will send us that ticket. Then you can come and then we will be hearing. While my now date is current, I don't know how to mention this because the court said we didn't get anything. So should I mention this or not, or I don't know. So this is second most important question.
If anyone asks, you have to admit it. Yeah, but you should hire a criminal defense attorney in your town and have them deal with it.
Okay, so how it will affect on my green card, sir?
I don't think so. I don't think it will.
Oh, okay, thank you. So it comes under petty offense exemption, but I don't know it will mean be applicable for EB2 based green cards or I don't know. So that's why
I don't think anyone's going to deny you a green card because you didn't pay a $2.50 fare. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Biden has,
So I can send you email, and how should I know? For example,
no, you need a criminal defense lawyer or a traffic lawyer where you live to deal with this, not me. I can't help with this.
no, but this thing is not came to court yet, right?
Right, but you need a lawyer to help speed it up. So you need it taken care of. You can't just leave it pending out there for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okie doke. All right. IR1 requires advice. Hello.
Hey Jim, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So I've been listening to your show since the last couple of weeks, and I am in a position where I thought it would be great to get in touch with you and have first-hand advice.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So I'll just cover up my timeline first really quick. So basically, I was introduced to my wife back in October of 2019. I was in Pakistan, and we first met in January of 2020 in Dubai in presence of her sister, how the cultural thing goes up. And then in April of 2021, we got married in Pakistan, and approximately 100 people were present. And then the following year in 2022, we had a massive reception with almost 400 people because my family mostly lives in Canada and Australia, so we wanted everybody to attend that. So that happened. We traveled multiple times, and before my visa came for IR1, but right after my visa came, we signed the lease and all that stuff. But after the lease signing, I was having a conversation with the wife, and she was like uncertain how things will go and all that stuff, yada yada yada. It kept on going. Prior, I would say 10 days before me arriving to the US, she again said that she's not sure how it's going to work out, we're not compatible and all that stuff. So before moving forward, I decided that I should include all the family members from all sides, because I was like, hey, I'm making a big decision. I don't know what to do. So everybody got involved from my side. My mother was there from her side. Her family was there. And then everybody kind of like reconciled, mediated. And they were like, oh, no, this is normal part of, marriage. You come and everything will sort out and everything will be fine. I came to the US. We lived in the apartment where we kind of like co-signed. And of course, there was too much frequent travel between the in-laws and my place. And then of course we attended 2 to 3 family dinners with like extended families as the new wedding couple does in the US. And then in the midst of all these things, her sister also passed away. So we also traveled to attend the funeral. And, everyone from the family was involved. But, after 3 months approximately, we got separated. I remember it's basically because she kind of locked out me of the bedroom, and I left the space to get a break to go to my uncle's place. And just to give you a background, my uncle was her sister's husband. So, and they got married, in 2006. So I went to her place, and then my mother again and her mother got involved again. They kind of had their conversation, and then my mother had a conversation with her back in the end of November 2024, like, what's going on, what is the plan? Because I was like, what is happening? So she stated that she tried being a wife, but now she cannot be the wife, and yada yada, and now she will talk to her parents, and now she's going to talk to my mom. Of course, she was talking to her and all that stuff. And then her mother was like, no, we will sort this out, and eventually nothing sorted out. So we kind of like stay separated. Then there was a kind of like, she involved her family lawyer, and there was a settlement from her side. Then all the family members from my side and her side got involved, and there was a settlement which says that since in Islam it's husband's right to apparently pay for the shared residence rent. So she claimed for the rent, and in response my family said, okay, that's fine, we will pay for it, but in response we want our marriage gold jewelry back. And everything was very kind of like, I would say, peaceful. And everything got signed up, and we kind of like got divorced in July of 2024. And now I need to know what my options are, because I kind of like Googled it, and I found out that once you have the green card, you're kind of like in a better spot as compared to not having it. But of course, I was working as a tech professional in Pakistan, and now I'm working as a tech professional here as well. So I don't know what are my options.
What's the start date on your green card?
It's August 23rd, 2024.
So when did you move out?
It was mid-November.
So you only lived together as husband and wife for 1 to 3 months?
Approximately. And just to add one more thing, with the day I moved out, the next day her brother-in-law apologized of what she did. So I have like all the trail of the text messages and all that stuff. And of course, all the family mediation that happened prior to my arrival, and, the funeral that we attended, and, all that stuff.
So I'm very sorry that you're going through all this. Sadly, we've seen this story many, many times. I don't know what it is about these families that can't let go of their daughters, and these daughters who can't let go of their mothers. I've seen it many, many times, and it's really a tragic situation. I would say you're right that you can get a 10-year green card and get your citizenship without her, and that you are in a much better spot than you would have been if she had like withdrawn your I-130 before it got approved. That being said, 3 months isn't much at all. It's going to take a lot of work to convince them that this was a real marriage and not just to get you an immigration benefit. And I guess my big question is she going to help you stay in the United States, try to hurt you from staying in the United States, or just stay out of it?
I honestly think she's going to stay out of it. Might help it, because at the end of the day, when there was a settlement agreement was finalizing, my eldest uncle was involved, because when her sister died, and we like kind of like interconnected, because my maternal uncle is married to her sister who passed away. So everybody from my family was also here in October, and her family was there. So it was it was getting a little nastier at the end at the settlement agreement, because she was pushing for us to sign it, and I was taking my time to review the documents and all that stuff. I wanted to make sure there's nothing in the document that says anything that's that's going to harm me in any way. So I think it's going to be a neutral situation, in my opinion.
And as we sit here right now, you are divorced.
Yes, that is correct.
So in theory, you don't have to have any more interaction with her.
Yes, that is correct. But one more thing. Sorry to cut you off. I'll just add one more thing. After everything happened, my uncle talked to her mom, and my uncle remembered her mom saying that they tried their best, it didn't work out, and he was such a great kid and all that stuff. And she kind of like acknowledged the fact.
So I would say, I think that it sounds like you have lots of good evidence of a marriage that just didn't work well. So I think in the long run, you're going to be okay. It's just going to take a lot of work and effort to get this approved.
Okay, so do you think I should get in touch with you when the time is near? Because at this point in time, I'm not honestly sure or in the right headspace if I really want to be here. Because I've also seen your video where you kind of like mentioned that, and since I'm kind of like 34, 33, so of course, that you cannot, my plan is not to get remarried to anyone back in Pakistan if I plan to stay here, because it's going to take a hell lot of time and I don't want to go through this. And I believe everything between us fell apart because of the time frame. It took us almost 6 years to get over here, because we started in October 2019.
Yeah.
So if I stay here and let's say if I found someone after 2, 3, 4 years, is it okay to get married, or is it gonna be like, hey, get your citizenship first and then get married here?
No, that's okay. But you still have to get the conditions removed. Even if you married a U.S. citizen that wanted to sponsor you for a green card and start over, you still have to get the conditions removed. So
No. I think my question is, if I plan to stay here on my 10 years green card and later down the line, after 2, 3 years, I find someone that I feel like, is perfect match.
You don't have to wait.
Okay, I can do that because I don't want to go back to Pakistan.
Unless you're talking about getting them an immigration benefit. That would be...
No, not at all. They must be a U.S. citizen if that's the case.
All right, thanks for the call.
Perfect. So just one last confirmation that I can stay and it's not going to be an issue, and I should contact you if I need to.
You can apply for the 751 now that you're divorced.
I have a 10 years green card, Jim. So my marriage lasted approximately 4.3 years before divorce.
Right. It took you so long to get here. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Well, you can't apply for citizenship for 5 years from the start date on your green card, so you got a while.
Okay, and one last question. Is there any way for me to go back and visit my family? Because it's been like 1.5 years I'm here, and I have my single mom back in Pakistan. So she's been like very keen on me at least visiting her once.
My rule now is I'm telling people, if you don't have a green card, don't leave the United States. If you don't have citizenship, don't leave the United States. So do what you want.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jim.
Okay, bye-bye. I just always come back to, whenever I hear about these cases, the best advice I got on the day of our wedding, or maybe the week of our wedding, was, once you get married, don't go running back to your parents to complain about your spouse, because your parents, you'll forgive your spouse, but your parents are going to remember every slight and injury to their child. So I'm so glad that 3 of my 4 kids have gone far away for college. I want my kids to be as independent as possible. Growing up in a small Catholic community, everybody kept their kids, in my opinion, way too close to each other. I think parents really do their children a disservice by keeping them so close to them. And I think that a lot of parents view children as a satellite of them. And I think that's just backwards. I think our job as parents, is to set them free. And, it might take 20 years before they move out, or 18 years. But at the end of those 18 years, they're supposed to go do their own thing, right? They're supposed to fly. And so Dr. Fooley and Suma told us, you might get mad at your wife, and you might want to go running back to your parents and say bad things about them, but they'll never forgive. So you keep that shit to yourself. And that's part of being a grown-up. And I just hate these cases where people bring someone, they fight for 4 years to get them here. And then as soon as they're here, and, I'm sure on that fellow's wife's case, she would have a different perspective than he does. I get that. We've heard both sides of that tale many times on here. E. Goldsmith, give me a break, dude. No one's adopting you. Adoptions for the purpose of getting immigration benefit are a waste of time. I got to go. Lady, we're late for our 3 o'clock check-in. Bye, everybody. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.